We have a pleasure welcoming Captain Shashi Kumar today on behalf of Seafarers India. I welcome you all. And this is our fourth monthly Maritime Leadership Talk series. Today's guest is Captain Shashi Prakash. He is based out of Patna. He's an entrepreneur, sailing master, and part-time teacher as well. Captain Shashi Prakash is very young and dynamic. He has many achievement feather in his cap, which we will be discussing, and he will be sharing with all of us his journey right from his childhood till how he joined Merchant Navy, what kind of issues he faced after clearing his second mate written examination, and how much time he had to wait after even clearing his written examination for second mate to complete his cadetship. Later on, when he got an opportunity, he proved himself by passing the required number what was needed in Anglo-Stern as a cadet to join. And then it was all very smooth till still he's sailing on board ship, and he is also parallelly doing his own businesses. So I think this is a very good example for all of us to discuss, to basically understand his thoughts and wisdom, because it will be very much aligned with the Gen Z and the present generations of seafarers who are either working on board ships or planning to work, because he can see the live example from the person like Captain Shashi Prakash. So thank you, Captain Shashi Prakash, for accepting our invite and giving your precious time to us. So over to you, Captain Shashi Prakash. How are you now today?
Thanks, Captain Amrish. It's my pleasure to be over here, and I extend my gratitude to sailors today for organizing such kind of thing where they can share their hidden experience. Everybody see the achievements of everyone, but there are always many stories behind the final achievement comes. So sharing those stories, giving the platform for sharing those stories is really something new, and I really like the idea of yourself and sailors today for these things.
Thank you, Captain Shashi. It is because of people like you, the leaders like you, that we would like to inspire and aspire our new generations. And I'm very sure that they will also be happy tomorrow when they see you on Sailors Today, either on radio or YouTube, or even today when they join us online. So thank you, Captain Shashi. So now let us start from your childhood. I know that your father was in a government job in LIC and he was having a transferable job, and you had studies in Hindi medium till 10th, like we all do from, because I also come from Bihar. So for me, to even Bhautki was in Hindi, in Maithili, I would say. So yes, good to have the same kind of background and how you have succeeded after that. So let us have your journey right from your childhood, whenever you want to start.
As you know, that and you are aware of this part of the country, the basics, the facilities and the our system over here, our social availability over here. So it's same like it's I was in a medium background family, born in Gaya, and did my studies, started my study from Gaya, but father was in LIC, so he was getting transferred every 2-3 years. So I also had to keep changing my schools according to his postings. So it was never like I am that school alumni. I when I look back, I said I consider which school I belong, which college I belong, whom I can say that I am alumni to that. But what I feel that I am an alumni to the shipping, that is what I can say. And yes, it's always for us studying in a Hindi medium. Then of course 12th in like ISC I did in English medium. But that again, that was just for the namesake, since only the books were in English. Apart from books, all the lectures were in Hindi. Exams were in English. That's only English medium mean for ISC.
Yes, at least I said you're lucky. I have done it from RK College Madhubani. So even as I said, physics was said as a bhautiki, and all this गुरुत्वाकर्षण के नियम और बाकी सब कुछ हिंदी और मैथिली में ही था. So good that at least you have something better. But that is the beauty, that how even the biggest challenge doesn't looks like a challenge, because we have seen it everything right in the childhood itself. So any challenges after that looks like, okay, it is okay, fine, it is good to have it. And that is what probably it may have helped you also. And I'm sure you will be discussing those aspects when you were encountered with such difficulties in getting your pre-C time completed, your C time completed for the exam. So good, you have done your 12th, and then I know in Bihar everybody is looking for engineering or medicine or IAS, UPSC and all. So how different was your journey? Why you came to shipping? Was it your planned way, or was it something which just came on your way? You were doing something else.
Yes, the planned way. That's the nice word, planned way. Which we always plan, but when something God planned by God, it's called destiny.
Exactly.
So yes, I planned my journey, but I think God had planned my journey better, which I planned. So I'm
Lovely.
here, not as per my plan. I'm here just because of the God's plan. Since I never thought of joining shipping, honestly, as we all a science student do in Bihar, when we take admission in plus two, or like in other those days it was a ISC
ISC.
class, and plus two for CBSE board. So for us it was ISC. So we always have like a discussion and talks how to prepare for your IIT, BIT, those days ISM. So doing coaching in brilliant tutorial, Agrawal classes, all those things, like so we all I also gone through all those things. Tried my
And it was what, 93, 95? Which batch was that?
Yeah, it was 93. So I tried everywhere. I tried thrice, in fact, and I was not. Uh, uh, I didn't get any seat even in BIT also. So then I thought that okay, this is not this is line is not for me. I didn't have any idea about the shipping cadetship program, all those things. Since nobody in even in my area known to me, people were they are in the shipping from this continent, but nobody known to me that who can guide me on all those things. So what I did, I thought better to give up this engineering part. Let's move on to other part. I took admission in physics graduation in Gaya College, Gaya only, and then thought that okay, I will complete my physics graduation and go to Delhi as people do over here, prepare for UPSC and competitive exams, and that's how we will proceed further. But yes, I will say it was just not planned by me. My brother, eldest brother, he was working with the Indian Security Press, where we have the all the our COC get printed, currency, Indian currency gets printed. He works manager there. So I was there during vacation there. So casually I met with one of his friend, and he was working as a chief engineer. So he explained to me all these things, that how he said what you're doing. I said yeah, all those things. And why don't you join merchant navy? I said I don't know how to join merchant navy. He said they have the cadetship program. Since I'm working he was working with Alpha Omega ship management. So that was not a very big company, but they had a principal office in Miami, and they were doing good. They had the tankers and Roro. So he told me, okay, you do one thing, you just go and meet Captain Jayesh Gupta, director there, and I will tell him about you. He will guide you how to join there. I went there. He told me to you'll have to appear for interview and all those things. There will be exam. So I said exam. I don't know anything. He said it will be on the, basically on 12th basis only. So yeah, of course, it took months, 2 months. I got selected. There had been many candidates from Mumbai, from even from the Bangladesh, competing for that their openings. Since they also had the crew getting man from Bangladesh, so they had advertised about the cadetship selection in Bangladesh as well. But yes, that was my chance. So that was the plan for me. They said that you got selected here, and since I had nothing, just 12th and
This was in which year, Captain Shashi? It was in
that was
97,
in 1996.
96. Okay.
Yeah,
So basically,
1996.
you have not completed your graduation then.
No, no, no. 3 year I was just trying for all the competitive exams, and then suddenly it came, so I had to, like, okay,
Understood.
join there. Then how to join there, how to join the shipping, they only guided me to do this basics trainings in Mumbai only, and they only helped me to get that Liberian CDC, since Indian CDC those days it was not possible. uh,
Correct.
so they just made Liberian CDC, and they had the one cadet immediately signing off on board from one of their tanker, and basically that tanker was also, 20 years old tanker, and sister ship of that ship sunk in the French coast, Erica. So sister ship of that vessel, the name was Jagara. So I was placed on after 4 5 months of all the documentation, all the procedure. I was placed on board on Jagara on 1st January 1997.
Very nice. Very nice. So you have joined as a direct entry cadet, and I remember you have just mentioned you are not alumni from any institute, but you are alumni of shipping. I now understand why you said that. Okay. All right. Good. So 1st January 1997, you started your career on board ship as a cadet, and then after about good 19 20 months, right? You finished your sea time in two ships.
Yes, see that direct entry was only available for till 1997.
Hmm.
Since after 1998, now those that you cannot join directly.
Correct. Then you had a
After,
pre-sea training.
yes, after the ISM, the pre-C is mandatory. Those days, pre-C was not mandatory, so it was possible.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, still, I remember I joined at Livorno, and I joined at Anchorage. I was, from the port, they took me to the ship by boat and climbing up on the
Pilot
pilot
later.
ladder on the first day. It
I can
was
imagine. I can imagine.
it was really something, like a new thing, and the structure of the ship was totally different. I reached there in evening. I didn't even know that role of which person, who is there. I only knew that okay, captain will be there. So that, I was given a cabin next to the junior engineer cabin. So everybody came, and that ship's complement was mostly Indian. Captain, chief officer, chief engineer, all the top were Indian, crew were Indian, and they had two second officer Russian and one third officer Bangladeshi. So Bangladeshi could speak Hindi, so he tried to be pally with me, and yes, second officer and two second officer were Russian. So one of them was in charge of LSFFA. So since he had to make use of my ability, so he was also very good friend of mine. Since he
Very
used to
nice.
take me for maintenance of LSFFA along with him. So it was really something, like I thought it was something I have landed in some other planet. In fact, after the dinner, I was roaming in the accommodation. I got lost from how to go back to Dubai cabin.
I understand. Yeah, yeah. I can correlate. Yeah.
Still, I remember the chief officer said, "Okay, tomorrow morning 7 o'clock, you come on the bridge." I said, "I have just how I can go at the bridge at morning 7 o'clock." Then the next junior engineer was sitting to me and said, "Hey, don't speak anything. He's your boss." I said, "Yes, who is he?" So he said, "Chief officer is your boss." That was really funny. I actually, in fact, I was not used to. I got late. 7 o'clock. Still, I was sleeping. So third officer came down. Ship was at anchor. Came down, started banging my door. Get up, get up. Chief officer calling you. First day, first meeting only. I got bamboo from the chief officer.
Yeah, yeah.
And those days it used not to be very polite. you know,
Yeah.
who I am. Just in 30 minutes, you have your dinner and meet me in the ship's office. I was not used to of that kind of like work culture. Again, I got delayed. Again, the pump man came to me, banging my door. And she was calling in the office. Oh, so, really, like bad day for me. It's very bad starting. And again, he started shouting, "See, in the shipping, we have to follow the timing, this thing, that thing." He said, "Okay, go with the pump man, do the all this, learn the job." The barman said that, "See, last cadet was taking this allege and temperature. This is a big job. This thing, that thing." He was presenting himself that he is doing very big job. After the end of taking round of all the tanks, I mean, just measuring the temperature and allege, I said, "This is the only job you do." He thought that I'm, like downsizing his station.
Performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, but this is very important." I said, "Okay, don't worry, I will do by myself tomorrow."
Very nice. Very nice. So good. So you have finished your sea time in Alpha Omega, and I know that you have came down to finish your written examination, but in between Alpha Omega was closed. By the time you finished your written examination, Alpha Omega was closed. And then what kind of difficulty you faced to finish your sea time, and how and what kind of message that you would like to give to the young cadets today? Nowadays we receive so many calls that I have done my pre-sea training as a GP or as a cadet, as a TME, and we're not getting job. So from your story, I would like to highlight that point that you have got your first ship very luckily. You got direct entry, you got your two ships, and then you came back to finish your exams, and then you had to go back again to finish the remaining sea time so that you can complete your oral. But in between, something has happened, and that company has closed down, and you were just moving around in Mumbai for so many months. What kind of message that you would like to give to your young generations, or I would say young Shashi Prakash?
Yes, see, there is always in the shipping, what we say still in every rank, not only for the cadets, every rank. That's what that is the, I think, the main reason why I started thinking about the entrepreneurship. That was the seeds were like planted those days only. Since there is always a uncertainty in the shipping carrier. There could be anything. Either you will have the health issue, and for the cadets, losing the company is something, like very hard to open a next door of the another company. Still, it's this issue with the many cadets. Unfortunately, I was performing very good since I did 5 months in that tanker, and then I was signed off due to sin that ship was sold. I sent to the another ship that was Roro, and mostly she was doing in the Gulf of Mexico. So that ship was, there was no third mate, so they told me to keep a watch. The master was Indian, and I was just a 6 months, 7 months sea time cadet. But I started doing independent watch, and almost I did 7 8 months independent watch in Gulf of Mexico, ship doing all the rig filled Houston, Tampa, Brownsville, all those ports we were calling, and I was doing independent watch. So that was something I was performing very good. So the director of that company told me, okay, you do your second mate written part. I will send you as a third mate with a Liberian Panamanian license. So you can earn more and you will have more sea time also. The moment I finished my written part in from Chennai, NIPM Chennai, called up the office to give a good news. I got surprised to that company has already closed down. Since those days it was not a mobile day or WhatsApp days. Since even making a call at home, we used to go to the PCO and study for that.
Correct, correct, correct.
And as a cadet, we were not money rich, so I will keep calling company for unnecessary unless I had to. So I was
Correct.
really disconnected for that period, academic period in the Chennai. So coming back to Mumbai, it was really painful for me since that struggle again uh, really difficult, and I still I feel there are many seafarers still going through those struggles. Since when I approached many companies, they said that, oh, if you would have been a fresh cadet, I would have taken you. I really like it was something that 19 months sea time as a cadet, and I have cleared my second mate written part, and still that has got no value. It was something uh, very discouraging to me. But yes, you have to keep fighting with the time. You have to keep doing your job. So that's what I approached. I was keep hunting for the company, and same time I was doing all my HTCW courses required for doing completing the second mates, although I didn't have the C time. So I was doing my ROC course, and I was just going to the LBS college. As you know, we get down at the Ray Road and take the bus and go from there to the LBS. So at the railroad, I got down, and I saw that one chief officer who was last chief officer in my last ship. He was coming to me, and those days we were totally disconnected. Like since there were no mobile phone days, even not there was a pager, but I was that was for very rich guys, not for cadet like me. So, and he asked me, what you're doing. I said, sir, so that company had closed down. What you're doing now? I said, sir, I don't know what I have to do, since I'm calling the company and they are saying that they don't have vacancy. So still now I'm doing ROC. He said, okay, don't worry. I have joined Blue Ocean. So they are also manning the same company. The principal Alpha Omega, they removed from Alpha Omega, and now they have given to Ocean Blue Management. So I have joined there. You come to me, I will introduce you. I went there, introduced to the GM, and he said, yes, okay. I will let you finish your seat time. Since you are not Alpha Omega, you are a star management cadet. But they had only 5 6 ships, so the opening was very less. And waited for 3 months 4 months. I was going every day, like going to the office, chatting with the office guys. And uh, one day they told me, okay, it's taking too long for you here. You go to the Anglo-Eastern will make you may get chance, since they have opening for the cadets. I said, I don't know. I had never heard of the Anglo-Eastern till that time. Although Anglo-Eastern was as a confidence shipping earlier, and then they had started in the small office in the Charney Road, but they had 75 ships those days. When there, although it was headed by the KC Gupta, but main one general manager, Captain Pereira, is to look after day-to-day affairs. So when I met a very nice person, when I met to the Captain Pereira, looking at me, he said, so I told him the story, sir. I got stuck.
This was in which year, Captain Sashi?
That was in the year 2000.
2000. Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
4 years have passed, or 3 years from the first joining is passed already.
yeah. Already 3 years passed. That I can tell you the longest time it took me to complete the cadetship.
Hmm.
If I compare to all the ranks.
Yeah. Which is I would say, which is very common even today, especially for those who are direct entry, or in the sense they are not taken, they have not sponsored by the company, or they have done their 3 years courses from somewhere, but those institutes are not giving them the job. These cadets are still facing a lot of trouble in completing the remaining time before they appear for the exams. In your case, I think that two three things which I have derived, and you have highlighted those points. Keep fighting, keep hunting, connection works, do the networking when you're on board ships. Those days it was difficult, today's it is not difficult. These are the same principles still applies today. And through connection he got referred by his chief officer to one company, then that company has referred him to Anglo, and in Anglo he has finished his orals and writtens, particularly again after clearing his second med, and he got his cadetship days completed in Anglo. How many years you have worked, Captain, in the Anglo Stern?
I worked for 20 years.
20 years.
Yes.
See, so another message for all of us, I would say, how a cadet given he got a break when he was really struggling to get a job or complete his sea time. And since he has got a break, and I'm sure Captain Sasi, you will agree that because of that same region, you would have that connection with that company.
Yes.
You started to give that kind of respect, and
Yeah.
of course, you must have performed well. That is why the both relationship works on a mutual respect and mutual work. So a cadet which got a break to complete his sea time continued with the company for 20 years. 2 decades in the shipping is a very, very long time. People don't even work for 2 decades in shipping nowadays. So excellent journey, Captain Sashi. I would like you to say about those examination part that you have been asked to appear and you could not score 90%, which was the minimum needed for Anglo to take you.
Yeah. So I
How can you
reached to
complete it?
the Anglo-Eastern office, and I told them the story that I got stuck in midway to complete my sea time. Then he was a very nice person. Still have got very high regard for him. He was very considerate, and he said, "Okay, you will have to score 95%. You will have to appear in the test, score
Oh,
ninety
it's
five percent."
95%. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was, like placed on a computer, and that was CBT. Those days, computer was not very common. Even during our schools, we never touched the mouse. So straight away, I was put on the computer to give the exam. Uh, I could score only 65%, and then he said, "See, sorry, I cannot give you the chance. My criteria was to score 95%. So still, it's like very less. No, 90%. Sorry, 90%. You could not score this. It's okay, okay, sir. I am not in contact with my books. Is it fair that you expect me to score 90%?" Then that word somewhere hit him. That was, uh, uh, something, like he thought, and he said, "Yes, you do one thing, you choose any day in the next week and come and give that, but you will have to score 90%." He was very much rigid on that particular number. Then I said, "Okay, sir, next week, any day means Friday. That is the last working day." So I chose Friday, and I tried my best, mugging up on the RORs and all those things. Celestial navigation and all those books. We have the Captain Sura books. So I went there, given my exam, but still it was 85%, not the 90%. So he said no. I said 90% means 90%. Sorry, I cannot give you chance. I said, "Sir, in a week I have improved from 65 to 85%. Don't you think still I have the?" He said, "No." He said the pinching word. "See, still there is a chance of accident." if I send you on board. I said, sir, I'm a cadet first of all, and in a week I improved myself from the 65% to 85%. Don't you think I have still 14 months sea time remaining? I will make it to 100%. Then like he said, okay, okay. See, if you would have given scored 90%, would have given you a chance straight away. But you do one thing. You have the correct word. So you do one thing. You go to the training center. Now the captain Debu will take your roles, and if he happy, then only I will give you chance. Then I was sent next day to the Captain Devu. That those days Anglican Training Center was in the Xavier in Santa Cruz. So when there he was very still he is a principal of Anglican. So he was a very nice guy, and he told asked me which all shape you have done. I said tanker and Roro. Then he started asking what all things I was doing, how to do ballasting, deballasting, all the normal work, uh, practical aspects of all the cadets work. So he was happy. He said, "Okay." Then I came to the office, and he already conveyed to the Pereira that yes, select him. Then after 2 days only, I was sent to the ship. Started again completing my
So
sea
see
time.
how the life changes when it has to change it within 2 days. You have been given to join a ship, and I think the presence of mind worked your efforts to improve from 65 to whatever you have got 85%. I think what probably Pareda was also trying to test, which we all can now relate, because we are now in that condition or situation or in a position, that how eager or how desperate you are for the job. And that sometimes it works when they say this gentleman is genuinely interested in what they are looking for. And when you are interested no genuinely for something, it comes, and in your case also it has come. So excellent journey so far. We have finished half an hour, and I think we are still in cadetship only. So I will move now fast forward. I know the journey. Then after that, it becomes little easier for all of us, because then you have your licenses, and then you grow as you perform, and based on the performance and in exams as well as on board ship, you get a promotions. So finally, you got your command in 2010. But I would like to come back to an incident of 2016, which basically I'm sure Captain Debu, Mr. Pereira, your chief officer, first chief officer, and all those people who have sailed with you or who has helped you in making you what you are today, they would have all felt very proud. Right from your Gaya days or to villages days or wherever you were, they must have all felt very proud of that achievement. The situation, that emergency that you have faced, and you have rescued 3 lives on board ship. Yeah, 3 lives at sea in a very adverse condition. So we would like you to take us all to that journey for a few minutes and describe us because it was quite far from your ship. It was not that easy to locate and go and that kind of adverse condition. So take us back to those journey and tell us what inspired you to participate in that uh, rescue operation, and how you did it, and how teamwork is so important.
Yeah, see, the I will I will first highlight on that part is that never take any distress message lightly, which generally officer on watch tend to do. Sir, is too far, sir. That the first word comes from the bridge team. Sir, is too far. How can you judge it's too far? So since then, whenever I go on board, whenever I come across with the officers, I just tell them, don't take any distress message lightly. Don't say it's so far. Just go through strictly and follow the instruction. I was, like there is a small island owned by US. It's called Pago Pago. The port name was Pago Pago. It's a very little island. If you look at the world map, probably it will appear as a point. So from there, we were coming to New Zealand, Auckland. So this distress message had come on the Sad Sea at mm, Sad Sea. So somewhere in afternoon, I reached, went to the bridge just for a round, and second mate told me the compliment was, like all five Indian and rest Filipino. So second mate was Filipino. So he told me, sir, one distress message is there. He had kept that. I really appreciate that officer. So he said, sir, one distress message had come, but it's too far. Same word. I said, what it's written? So, sir, it's written that any ships within 300 nautical mile, please send your position reports. We were that time we were 240 nautical mile from that time. I said, do one thing, send the position report. So we sent the position report, and I also went down evening dinner, then came back at 7 o'clock on bridge. So I checked the email. The Coast Guard had said the message. Uh, Still, I see you heading towards Auckland. Since that time it was almost 175 miles from that, but we were just crossing that uh, datum. So they said, actually, I see you heading towards Auckland. Since there was no communication from them to divert, so I cannot just divert by myself. Though then I said the message, do you require my assistance? So they said, yes, you are diverted. I said, okay. Then, as you know, thousands of communication starts. So I called the second mate, check the distance, check the extra miles, all those things. Call the chief engineer, check on the fuel, the weather condition for another two days, and then called up the office, called up the charterer, called the agent on the next port, since we were going to get delayed. Charter where the owner was PIL, managed by the Anglo Eastern, and charter where still I forgot the name. I think some local New Zealand charter. I just I'm not recalling their name. They're very helpful. I said, now I'm going for the rescue operation, so I will tell you the ETA once the rescue operation completes. Till the time we didn't have much information about what kind of distress it is, since they had just mentioned that 3 survivors and 1 missing, and they had given the position. I calculated with our speed and all, so it will take about 14 hours to reach there. So I gave the ETA around 11 o'clock next day. The weather was really bad. They had also called some other ships, but they couldn't come due to the bad weather. So I reached there. In the morning, they sent the message that Coast Guard, they were in communication with me. So they sent the message that over there, the Air Force aircraft, since that position was more than 300 nautical miles from any land. So it was not possible for the helicopter to come over there. So the Air Force aircraft was, roving over there, and they were just maintaining watch during the daytime, and nighttime they were all alone. Those persons were already in distress for more than 20 hours. They were, like a big guys. They were going to participate from Auckland to Fiji in a race, and that was a pleasure yacht. On board, a skipper had a 50,000 mile experience as a skipper, and she was a owner of a boat building company in New Zealand.
Okay.
There another friend was national coach of the hockey team.
Oh,
So they all were, like well connected guys. So that was an unfortunate day for them. When I reached there, it was, like a dense fog. So I could not see. I reached to about 4 miles from the datum, and I couldn't see anything. Then I said I could communicate with the aircraft Orion. That name was Orion, the aircraft, the Air Force aircraft. I said I cannot locate those guys. Then they said, okay, I will direct to you towards them. You can follow me. So then they gave me the bearing. So I followed the bearing. I reached once I reached there within I could see that okay, 2.5 mile. Started seeing that things, but really bad weather. Like 3 to 4 meters swell and open ocean, wind force 6. It's not easy to pick up a survivor.
survivor. And even to maneuver, even to maneuver, these conditions are not
Maneuvering is
favorable.
really, really challenging, and that also ship was not very long. If I would have the longer ship, that would have been more easier. But the ship was almost 175 meter. So like from bow to and the container ship, how the bow it is and the stern it is. So the flat sides are very less. So just getting to that flat side is really challenging. It was really challenging. Still, I recall that I saw that those survivor. Then I had a plan to okay go there, start heading. I told the chief officer to just tell me when you have that boat in line with the bow, so I can stop my engine and I can adjust accordingly. But he was also like new, just second contact as a chief officer. So, out of fear, he just even the boat was ahead of us. He told me, sir, now it's in line with the bow. So you can see on the Google the photograph taken by and it was fully recorded by that aircraft. So,
Okay.
you can see on the Google that photograph with the bow and that ship very close.
Hmm.
So then I stopped, but like wind was strong, so I started pushing very hard, and it was really difficult to avoiding the impact to the boat. I had to use my since in the container we have the bow thruster and all, so I could just avoid that, and they got very frightened since their boat came very close to the bow part.
Oh,
So looking from the water level, sitting in a boat, how frightening it will be that you are going very close to the bow.
correct, correct, correct.
So survivors already they were like very demoralized and scared, being in that with a dead body on board, and for 20 years it was really difficult for them. So they got very frightened. Then they said, "No, no, no, no! Don't come so close. You lower your boat. You lower your boat." Which can go there. The faces of boat. Since now we have 3 survivors. If I lower the boat in this condition, I will have many more
We have to
survivors.
pick up more survivors. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So that is not a good idea. And they were like forcing them. They said that so started taking around. I started waited for wind to slow down a bit. So 2 3 hours I waited again, and then they said that we are taking in water in the boat. So I had to also, I was worried about like before the evening, before the daylight, means end of the daylight, I have to pick them. Otherwise, probably next morning I won't be able to see them. So the time was also taking on. So I told them, okay, do one thing. I will not come very close to you. I will make a 20-meter distance. I will throw the line to you by using the LTA. And if you won't be able to, if I won't be able to bring you in, you will be ready to jump in the water with the live buoy. Since I will be passing you the live buoy through the line, and one by one we will be like transferring the person with the both end having the ropes, and you can just use that technique. So they said, will is it necessary that we have to jump in the water? I said that I don't want that, but that is the last thing. Otherwise, I will not be able to pick you up. Then they were ready on doing that, and so I said, okay. I told the bosun to made approach at the 20-meter distance on the sides. I told the bosun to fire the LTA. He fired the LTA, but like LTA went breaking the ropes also.
Oh,
So that was basically that LTA failed the purpose, and then he fired the second LTA. Second LTA just line dropped ahead of that boat, so they picked up the boat, and slowly, as like with the help of wind, since I had the bigger, higher freeboard than those boats. So once that boat, since she was just 20-meter on the sides, so their drift rate was lesser than my drift rate. So automatically she was coming. I was going closer to them with the help of wind, and with the lines. Then again we sent that one more line, messenger line when they came closer. Like used as a head rope and stern
correct.
to align with the this one pilot ladder. That's how they we can secure them in the pilot ladder in the sheltered side. So, but they had a one survivor, one went down in the water. Means three survivor, one dead body on the on board, and one in the water. The dead body on board was for the coach of the hockey team, national team. The hockey.
So they were
They
all
were
picked up. They were all picked up.
Yes, I told them that I can only pick up the survivor. I cannot pick up the dead body since the weather is very bad. It's too risky. I will not take that much risk. Then they said, Coast Guard said, okay, Captain, excellent job. This is really extraordinary. Thanks for your this thing. I will send the tugboat to tow this yacht and dead body. Then they send a tugboat from there, and they uh, took them to. That took almost 2 3 days to them to reach there.
Excellent work, Captain Sashi. I'm sure whoever has sailed on board ship will relate how difficult it is to maneuver in such condition, especially to rescue people in open ocean with so much of adverse weather. And hats off to you and your team for doing this excellent job, and that is why you got so many awards. Now, tell us about the awards that you have been recognized for the hard work that you have done, for the rescuing a life that you have done. What all awards you have got?
Yeah, first award I got is that International Maritime Rescue for Federation. They have the Hero Award for every year, and that participant in that award is not only the rescue operation from the merchant ships. It's also that rescuing agencies, they are also participant in that award. So I was chosen top three, not among that rescue operations, but also the rescue operation conducted by shore-based agencies, especially coast guards and all those agencies what they have. The number one was one agency from the Portugal. They were number one. Number two also the shore-based agency, and I was number three from the merchant shipping background. So that
Excellent.
was award was given, and it was really something very encouraging. Then next year they had also the New Zealand government. They honored me with their search and operational activity award. I got invitation from their minister to join in parliament. That award was given by the minister in the parliament, but unfortunately I couldn't reach there since I had a family marriage those days, and I was on board when they had come. They had planned these things, so it was like I said, okay, I cannot come. So they collected, and the charter representative collected there on my behalf, and he sent me home that award.
Very nice.
Then they have then CMMI. Also, we stood on exemplary action by Seagoing Master Award. So that was presented by DG Shipping. Unfortunately, again, I was not that time available.
You were selling again?
Yeah, again, I was selling. So CMI contacted me. Then they said, we want to give you award. All that. I said, I'm on board. Then send somebody. I told my wife to go there. She was also busy with she is in working with in Bihar government, so she was having some ministerial duty in the during the uh, inter or matric exam, so she couldn't go. Then I have my brother working with the Danik Jagran in Mumbai, so he went and collected there. So it was during the annual seminar of CMMI.
Yeah, very nice. So good to see Captain Shashi Prakash. You got two international award and right from New Zealand government in their parliament and CMMI award. Of course, you were on your duty, so you were still continuing with what brought you to that award. So you were doing your duty. Good that your family member or charters got a chance to receive on your behalf. So they would have definitely felt the pride and a sense of gratification, sense of gratitude for the profession as well as for the work that you have done. Excellent journey. We are now coming back to the our end segment, last segment of this leadership talk series. And this segment, since you are already an entrepreneur and you are already working as an entrepreneur, and you have mentioned during one the conversation in that it was because of that uncertainty that you have come to the entrepreneurship, and I feel that holds valid even today because the shipping job is not a permanent job, not a government kind of job that you are sure that you will be getting your next employment, whether you are master, chief engineer, or any rank. So this uncertainty is there irrespective of the rank. So it is good to have something in backup, and especially if you have your own business, a stream of other incomes which can take care of your expenses while even when you are not selling on board ship will help you a lot in balancing your life. And in your case, I see you are already running a successful agency house for one of the motorbike company. So how did that happen, and what will be your advice for a new generation if they want to start such kind of business? Is it okay to start with a small fund? Can they get some funds benefit from the bank or some kind of finances or ajkal virtual VC are there and all those private bankers are there. So how could they participate in this kind of entrepreneurship if they wish to?
Yeah, coming back to that again, I said that this thing started. I learned in a hard way in the cadetship only that second source of income or job security has to be there with the job what you are doing. Other government jobs or the other fields, they have the job security in case something goes wrong. They have the backups. But in a merchant navy, even somebody get incompetent on the medical ground, also it's like all your license and all becomes very useless, and like you will obey. Probably you may get some job and something, but sometimes it's really hard for the people to survive. We have seen the cases also. So I always had in a mind that okay, I have to have something other than the shipping. So after the 2016, 17, 16 only, I started working on that. So first of all, I will instead of going detail on the how I reached there. First of all, financial part of the business, how it should be planned for the merchant navy guy. I will explore on that one first. See, we all start in the business. Everybody start in the business in the merchant navy, and in my opinion, if you are starting a business, first of all, you have to for all the merchant navy guy, you take your command or you reach to the chief engineer level. First of all, then only you think about doing your business. Since once you reach there, then you are no more in a race of your promotion, no more in a race of your exam of license, upgrading your license. You are free with your mind. Your only thing you have to do is to plan your selling. So first of all, that thing. Second thing, what I say is that if you are doing starting a business, what people do, they start a business. They don't calculate on the how much income I will get. You are earning as a now if you're a master, suppose even a dry master, ship's master earning 10 lakhs per month, doing 6 months, 60 lakhs income he is earning. If you are starting a business with a small amount, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, any business you calculate as a thumb rule 20% return. That also 1 year considered as a without profit. So you have to have a sufficient fund for at least 1 year. Then you have to calculate of 20% of return. What generally people do, they enter in a business, they do all the hard work of 1 year, and then they say that return is lesser. Suppose he is getting return of 15 lakh or 18 lakh, he start calculating, अरे यार इससे better तो जहाज पे चला जाता. All the 1 year what he has worked hard, what he has planted the means constructed the base, he will live on the midway, he will lose on the investment as well, he will lose his time, he will go back to the sailing again, leaving this thing, and then he will say भाई बिजनेस में नहीं होता, बिजनेस नहीं होता, but your planning was wrong. So whenever you are planning for entering in a business, you have to enter in the same ratio. When I entered, you have to enter with a big amount. You have to enter with a big amount, not with your pocket, since a business is never done with a pocket. Now Ambani or Adani, they are not doing all the business with their pockets. They are doing with the bank self. They improve their credits, and on the basis of their credit, bank lend them money and they rotate. So that is how we have to also plan. So that is how we have to plan. So that is the key factor what I see. If you are considering as a seafarer, if you're considering as a switching over or making a parallel track of the business, this is the way you have to think about. Are you getting clear, or it's
Yeah, no, I got that message. I can correlate as well that what is that hard work that you are putting in for a year, and then suddenly you are disappearing and going back to the ship, basically wiping it out, everything that you have done. So it is better to stay back with whatever planning that you have done and continue it for a few years and see whether it is working or not. In your case, it has worked. I see a lot of examples, like you said, people are going back to the sailing, and I meet a lot of people who has experimented, spent about 50, 60 lakhs rupees, sometimes even crores of rupees, and they went back to ship, or they choose some other profession or other way. They did not continue with something which they have started. So in your way, it has worked. So I just want you to list out what all factors that, or what all things that you did which worked for you, that you may like to share with others.
Yeah, it's worked in one segment, but it didn't work in all segments. Since
it will not work for all segments for sure.
I explored myself. I explored in many segments. Okay, so first I started with the one consultancy company that was dealing with the international consultancy, local consultancy. So we got started very well. We got tie up with the Israeli Security Academy. We got tie up with the Israeli agriculture company, aquaculture companies. We all got MOU signed with them. We brought their CEOs visiting in India. We had a meeting with the cabinet minister of Modi government, then a state minister of Haryana, then police department, the security parts. We had a meeting, successful meeting with the DG of Telangana. But that business got hampered due to the Corona travel restriction. Since we got the order from the Telangana government, yes, I need that equipment for my intelligence, police intelligence. I need their performance to be shown in the Indian data. So, but we were working on that, and we had made a team for that to start doing that, extending that business. But at the same time, Corona came and all those things, and once everything something goes on hold, the time with the time perception changes and those things changes, so we had to put on hold on that one.
Oh, Captain Sashi, I understand. I am just because we are running sort of time now. I would like to uh, request you to share your things or things which worked for you, which has not worked. We will discuss that part some other time. Which has worked, the business which you are running successfully. Because I want young cadets or young entrepreneurs should learn from our mistakes. They should not repeat what mistakes we guys have done it.
Now I am running a automobile business, that I am the main dealer of the TVS bikes for the two district in Bihar, Lakhisaray and Jamui district. We started this business in 2018, and it's 6 year now. We started with the bikes of inventory of 100 in 2018. Now we have inventory of more than 1,000 bikes. We started with a turnover of 8 CR in first year. Now we have turnover of 42 CR of 1 year.
Excellent. This is what success story I want our entrepreneurs, especially from shipping industry, they can get inspired for. Of course, they should be ready to fail, and you have also failed. We all have failed, and failing is nothing, but actually it is giving you one step to go closer to your success. Is what I have learned.
See, as I said, failure and success. When you look at your journey, as in the shipping, we do the route plan, and in the route plan there is an alteration. It's called waypoint. So failure and success is your waypoint. From there, you start a new course. Your route never ends there. Your destination will change with the alteration of course, but you will succeed in different direction.
Excellent message. Excellent message. You altered your course from wherever you are, and your route continues. Your destiny continues. Excellent message, Captain Sashi. So we have finished more or less your journey till now, and I'm very happy to see that you have grown from 100 to 1,000 bikes on terms of inventory. So here the message again, if people will listen to us later on in YouTube and all, that how inventory works, inventory management, and all that we learn on shipping. We unfortunately we do not carry those knowledge much, or we do not give that importance when we are doing the inventory. When our chief officer has asked us to take inventory for so and so, or when we ask our guys to take inventory, how paint works, how the system works, how it is being indented, how we can ask for the right mechanism, right spare parts, all that knowledge I'm sure you must be using now in your business, because it is more or less same process which works in any business that we are doing it.
The
So
shipping
yeah,
backend helped me a lot in making as we do in the SMS. So we set up SMS on board. Same way I set up a kind of SMS over here, so I can freely I can monitor the things without getting involved in day-to-day operation.
exactly. So basically we get a ready-made business plan, but we say merchant shipping, but we hardly learn merchant from there. We
Yeah,
only learn the basic navigations and
shipping.
moving
Only
from
learn
point.
shipping.
Yeah. Good that some of one of us, you are one of those people who have learned merchant also from there, and you're utilizing it for your growth, as well as when you are growing, you're also growing your territory, the people around that Jamui or Lakhisarai getting jobs, and various other development comes with this kind of businesses. Very good. So excellent journey, Captain Sashi. I now would like to ask you that any advice that you want to give our young cadets, TMEs, junior officers, or even to fellow master mariners who wants to come ashore, start something, or chief engineer who would like to come ashore and start something? Any message that you would like to give?
Yeah, for juniors, the TME cadets ratings, it's always that you have to dream big and you have to be consistent on your approach. It you will always success. If it's not possible, okay, you failed at one place, you get disheartened, you start crying and you give up everything, then that's not going to help you. I fought very odd years. Almost I was for 18 months I was jobless during my cadet period. But if I would have not fought that situation with a consistency, probably I would have got lost somewhere. So that is the difference. Your approach makes the changes in your life. So you have to be very positive. Uh, uh, you have to think big. That you cannot get like satisfied with a small achievement. Oh, I got my second med license, I am the biggest guy in the world. No, that is basically your first stepping of step. That's not something, I got into the merchant navy as a cadet and I am the now, when I go on board, nobody is better than me. So all those things should not come. You have to be humble, you have to be polite in your behavior. That is very important thing for getting help from anybody. We say that, okay, I got help from people, I got help from so many people. Not if I would have been rude in the behavior, if I would have been non-polite, probably nobody would have cared about me. Why anybody will give his time to take one place to other place? So that's very important. You give respect to others, they will respect your effort. That is how.
Exactly. Exactly. Only empty pot can contain something. If you're already full, nobody can give you anything. It will just overflow. Very nice, very good messages, very inspiring journey. And one thing we all miss, and that is to thank the family. That it was only the family support which makes a lot of things very easy for us to sail on board ship. And why I'm mentioning today is because I see Jaya Prakash is here.
Yeah.
I am just connecting that she's your wife, and if she's there and if she's listening to us, then I would like Jaya ma'am to say something, that how a seafarer's wife can support in making seafarers a better career-oriented person, and how you have helped in support, and what you would have done better so that the new generations kids can learn, and probably those wives, future wives, can be a better than what we or our generation has been. If you're listening, Jaya, maybe you can reply. Otherwise, I'll ask Sasi the same question.
We'll check. See.
Yeah, fine. I mean, she's, only if she's listening the questions. Otherwise, I ask you to interfere.
The person you are calling is currently busy. Please
Okay,
call
so
again.
let it be. I just want to ask Captain Sashi that we all sail for so many years out at sea. We have kids, we have our challenges, our family, parents, old age, sometimes grandparents, and our family has to really struggle a lot. And their support, we always kind of undermine it. I would say we hardly give them the credit for which whatever they have done. So how it has been for you, especially when you have uh, struggled during your cadetship, and even when you had those challenges times finding the right job, again when you wanted to explore yourself in entrepreneurship journey, how that support and how it has helped you in whatever you are today.
Yeah, the family always stand by with you, and my father had been a inspiration for me. He was a very positive person. He we were, he drive the family from the very small economic background to the some level. He retired as a DGM in LIC, and he was very positive in all approach. So that was the inspiration I learned from him, that never give up. That I came in to me only, that you never give up. You can also see Ravindra Kumar in the screen. He is my cousin. He is now the general manager in the TVS company what I am running. He is looking after day-to-day affairs here. He has been also a very good support to me. He always stood by with me.
Excellent, excellent. And again, very like I mean, good that family support has been there, and you have achieved those help and support from your parents and from your family, your cousins, and that has made you what you are today. So, thank you very much, Captain Shashi Prakash, for enlightening us with the journey, giving us a lot of messages on leadership, and I'm sure those messages will be taken by our juniors, our colleagues, our uh, future generations of shipping, or otherwise also in entrepreneurship journey, whoever wants to explore, and they will be benefited. I would like to thank Captain Langya Sailor today, and the team, Seafarers India and the team for this support. And next month, again, we will come back with another maritime leader who will share with his or her journey with all of us. Thank you, Captain Sasi. And really pleasure to have you in our show. Thank you.
Thank you, your leadership series journey for today. I really feel honored to be here. Thanks for everything, and thanks for your good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Great day. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.